craftsmanship and level of detail that go into every pair of Warby Parker glasses, well, we probably wouldn't show you how they're made, including this part, which is our favorite. Wow. And this is also great. Each pair comes standard with lenses that are scratch-resistant, anti-reflective, and UV protective. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Here comes the heat!
Say hello to the Bronx Buds, Yes's first ever animated series for the whole family.
See ya! And the crowd goes wild!
Now streaming. Join Riv, Bash, Oscar, and the rest of their gang for a baseball adventure around the Big Apple.
Bronx pride is on the line.
Hexclad presents Bronx Buds, now streaming exclusively on the Yes app. Brought to you by Hexclad.
Mwah. Magnifico.
That's Aaron Judge. Yeah.
Sometimes you get the feeling you're watching a Hall of Famer right in the middle of his prime.
The captain is rolling.
They're going to need a longer tape measure.
A monster blast. See ya. Wow.
Almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
Judge made it back-to-back games with a home run last night, helping power a Bombers offense that did enough to back a shutout from the pitching staff. Today, Carlos Rodon can pitch the Yankees to a series win if he can continue his impressive run-up starts. Let's set the stage as the New York Yankees take on the Detroit Tigers on a Saturday afternoon at Comerica Park in the Motor City. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. I'm Nancy Newman. Make it 3 wins in a row for the team with the best record in all of baseball. Last night, the Yankees got the first home run of the season by Oswald Peraza and the 44th homer from Aaron Judge. That was more than enough to support a scoreless outing from Garrett Cole, who now passes the baton to a pitcher who has been locked in. For the Tigers, it will be a rookie, the right-hander Cater Montero, making his 10th Major League start. He's 3-5 with an ERA climbing towards 6 so far. And for the Yankees, it's Carlos Rodon, whose ERA is the lowest it's been since June 21st, and who will be looking to tie his career high for wins in a season today. The big southpaw has won each of his last 4 starts, and a week ago, he fired a scoreless outing against the Texas Rangers. He walked 5, needed a season-high 110 pitches to get through 5 2/3 innings, but Rodon allowed just 2 singles and a double to silence the Rangers. He struck out 6, allowed just 1 base runner to reach third base. He also kept the Rangers in the ballpark, and in the process, snapped a stretch of 8 straight starts where he allowed a home run. And looking ahead to today, Rodon is 4-1 in his career at Comerica Park. Rodon is our key to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He has been superb over his last 4 starts, winning each one while posting a 2.22 ERA and limiting an opponents to a 151 batting average. Yankees hitters seem to like when he's on the mound, as they've averaged nearly 9 runs of support per game over that stretch. Here's what Rodon had to say about his most recent performance.
We were up 1-0. I was just thinking about going out there and just putting up shutdown innings and just keeping the lead and trying to win the game. That was it. You know, Wellesley and I thought we worked well together, and he kind of maneuvered the erraticness today from me, and it worked out.
How much did the big league also help you?
Yeah, I mean, the goal was to be in the zone. 5 walks is never great, but I'll take the 5 zeros, and I'll take the win.
What does it feel like for you at this point in the season, stacking these starts in a row the way you have?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to stay where I am right now, and I mean, the goal for me is just to go out there, pitch, and give my team the best chance to win and win the game. That's it. Regardless of, you know, how I do, if we win the game, that's a win in my book.
On the other side, it will be the first time the Yankees get a look at Tiger starter Kader Montero, and it's been a struggle for the rookie when he's on the mound at Comerica Park. He's 0-4 in Detroit, and his ERA is nearly 6.5 at home. He's also allowed 8 homers in 6 games. Tomorrow night, the Yankees and the Tigers take this show on the road by heading to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, where they'll take center stage in the annual Little League Classic. It will be the first time that either the Yankees or the Tigers get to participate in this special summer showcase. In our Toyota quote of the day, Aaron Boone talked about his memories of Little League.
I'll just tell you from my experience, you know, my Little League days were gold, man. I mean, those are great memories from, you know, playing at 10 years old for the first time when I still lived in Jersey, and then my 12-year-old year when I was in Southern California, and my 11-year-old All-Stars, traveling, winning district, those kind of things. You dreamed of going to Williamsport. You know, you saw that on TV, and obviously I never got to go there as a player, as a kid, but got to go see it for the first time when I was with ESPN, and I got to broadcast a couple of Little League World Series, and pulling up on it for the first time was amazing. Everything I imagined and dreamed of, and maybe more. And then getting to do that over the years and seeing big league teams come in, it's a neat experience, and I know that our guys will love it. So looking forward to that tomorrow, to arriving, to getting to rub shoulders with some of the Little League World Series players and hang out with them, and obviously you know how excited they'll be to meet some of our guys. It's a cool day and something we're lucky to get to do.
How would you describe Little League, Aaron Boone?
Little League Aaron Boone. I don't know. I like to think nice player. Cool kid. That's about it.
You get thrown out of anything?
No. No. I was very tame, but loved every second of it. Played for Dr. Travel when I was in Jersey, and then I was a Pirate my 12-year-old year in West Placentia in Southern California. So, but I was pretty good. Shortstop.
Did you pitch?
Pitch?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How close did you guys get to going to Williamsport?
Not close. We won district my 11-year-old All-Star year in Jersey. And then my Pony League team, we came close to going to the Pony League World Series. We were really good, and that was in Southern California, but not close in Little League.
What tells you that the guys in there are excited? Have they been talking about it?
I don't know about that. I just know from my experience and know what we're walking into that they'll love it. I've talked to Judgy a little bit about it. I know he's looking forward to it. I mean, you know, these kids are going to be in awe, obviously, of some of our guys, especially Aaron and Juan and Giancarlo and Garrett and all these guys. But they'll walk away, I know, excited about the experience.
Here's the lineup Boone is going with this afternoon. Gleyber Torres leads off for back-to-back games, while Ben Rice and Oswaldo Cabrera will anchor the corner infield spots. Batting third, of course, it's the captain, Aaron Judge. In Yankees wins this season, the captain is batting .418 with 32 homers and 82 RBIs. For the Tigers, let's focus on the leadoff man. Over his last 7 games, Matt Vierling is batting .367 with 3 extra base hits, 7 runs scored, and an OPS of 900. Also, Spencer Torkelson returns to the lineup. The 2020 first overall pick hasn't played in the majors since June 1st. We've got so much more to come on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. Up next, Jeff Nelson joins the show. He'll tell us what to expect from Carlos Rodon in his start today. Plus, it's Players Weekend. We'll get Nelly's thoughts on some of the sights and fashion statements so far. And then later, Gleyber Torres led off last night and had a pair of hits. We'll look at what he's been doing at the plate recently. Stay with us on Yes and the Yes app.
Yankees batting practice today is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today.
Switch to Square and join over 4 million businesses worldwide. Start with our point of sale. More than a system, it's the brain of your business. Train your staff in minutes and connect your POS to a KDS to handle orders ASAP. And with Square Banking, get a loan quickly for everything from small repairs to the biggest dreams. Gain time and peace of mind with restaurant tools that bring everything together. Switch to Square today. Visit square.com to get started.
This man's breakthrough, getting stronger in his 60s, was made possible by another breakthrough. The use of heated, concentrated chemotherapy to treat stage 4 cancer cells like never before. That's the expertise of Yale Cancer Center and Smilow Cancer Hospital. Together, we're powering breakthroughs with the greatest of care.
When a child is sick, there's one thing they need: a really big cookie.
Welcome to RMHC.
And parents of sick children have tons of decisions to make. Like movie night, game night, or should we finish that book tonight? We don't perform surgeries, just talent shows. We're not big on poking sticks and beeping machines, but we're the best at playing dress up. Well, we have a few beeping machines. We think the tooth fairy should travel everywhere. And while hospitals have doctors and nurses, we have mom and dad. We don't provide treatment, but we do provide dogs. And we throw some really good parties. Because at Ronald McDonald House Charities, we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
Welcome back to Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. As promised, our Jeff Nelson joins us now, and we're talking Carlos Rodon. He looks to keep the line moving today. He's 4-0 with a 2.54 ERA in his last 5 starts. What is the biggest thing that has clicked for him?
Well, I think 2 things. One of them is fastball command. I think that's been outstanding, and also his changeup. I always thought that he's had a great changeup. He needed to use it more. His last 4 starts, he has been using that changeup. He's going to face 6 righties in this Tigers lineup. I think it's going to play really big, especially with an aggressive hitting Tigers lineup. He can pretty much pitch the same as Cole last night, even though they're both opposite hands. Cole climbed the ladder with his fastball, breaking balls down. Well, Rodon to do the same thing and get a lot of swings and misses. Hopefully he watched, obviously, I think he did watch that start from last night.
And like we said, keep the pitch count down.
Yeah, and then you go deep in the game. He's gone into the 6th inning, actually completed 6, and then went 7 in one of those 4 starts. And that's what you need to do. The deeper the starters go, you eliminate some of those outs in the bullpen.
What about Aaron Judge? Oh, my goodness. Connected for his major league leading 44th home run of the season yesterday. Leads the majors majors in OBP, slugging, total bases, extra base hits. We could go on. He's the definition of a captain on and off the field. I want to know, what are you thinking when you watch Aaron Judge go to work?
Well, I see a lot of pitchers that are shaking out on the mound, and they try pitching around him. It doesn't always work. The last 2 home runs that he hit, the one in Chicago, number 300, he had a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that was running inside, pulled his hands in, he hit it in the White Sox bullpen. Pretty impressive with a guy that doesn't really get pitched inside too much. Last night's home run, number 44, another fastball inside. He went to the deepest part of the ballpark in Comerica. Very tough to do there. At 431, another fastball inside. He takes it deep and pulls his hands in. Very impressive when a guy that doesn't get pitched inside is able to handle that inside pitch.
So true, just fantastic. So do you pitch to him? That's the conundrum.
Well, I would have to. I mean, he's a guy like Frank Thomas. I would have to come in against a lot of tough righties, especially home run hitters. He was a guy that I probably would be coming in quite often if we did play the Yankees and I was on the opposite team. I had to go inside. I would run the fastball in. I'd try to get him off the plate, and then I'd throw sliders away. That's how I got right-handers out. That's how I got my swing and misses.
Would you consider that being fun, facing a guy like that?
No, you know, it's a great challenge. I'd love to, and usually, like I said, I faced a lot of home run hitters, Juan Gonzalez, Frank Thomas, you look at Pudge Rodriguez, Alex Rodriguez. I mean, a lot of guys with big home run power. I had to come in to try to get those guys out. A lot of times with men on bases, on base. So I would love the challenge to try to face him. Just a guy that his presence, I remember facing Frank Thomas, and I had to actually step off the mound the very first time. I said, I've never seen a guy as big as this, and I think Aaron Judge pretty much matches up with Frank Thomas.
Nice, great story. Oswald Peraza, he's getting the opportunity. Skipper Boone has said that he is going to see action, particularly versus left-handers. Give us your scouting report on Peraza.
Yeah, you know, it's tough because you look at Austin Wells fits in that now that Trevino's back. It's almost like, do you really disrupt this lineup? Because Oswald Peraza's been really, I mean, Cabrera's been really doing well. Over 300 here in the last couple weeks. He's starting to swing the bat. He's a very good fielder. He plays multiple positions. He's such a great guy. And when you get players like that, Austin Wells and a Cabrera, you can put them in the same category. When they get consistent at-bats, they produce. They had that in the minor leagues, and then all of a sudden you get up to the big leagues and you become a part-time guy. It's very tough for a young player, and especially with Cabrera and Wells, to be able to do that.
But I guess you're also learning to adjust.
You have to if you're going to be in a team that has, like, especially contract-wise, with guys that are around for a while that need that playing time, and an organization that really is platoon-like. I mean, Wells and Trevino pretty much split time. You look at Cabrera, Peraza played last night, got his first home run. So when you're in that type of atmosphere, you're going to have to get used to the part-time playing.
It's Players Weekend. Guys are showing new sides of themselves. Aaron Judge, he honored his high school with those Linden High School cleats. What do you like about this?
Yeah, I love it, man. I wish we would have had it. I didn't have an opportunity to wear number 42. Now they have that on Jackie Robinson Day. The Players Weekend. Maybe pitcher's a little bit different because you have to watch the colors because they say it throws off the hitter when you're throwing. So maybe like a glove or a hat or some kind of memorable moments on your spikes if you can get away with it. The hitter can get away with everything because you see the crayon bats, you see the different bats from guys that have played and what they've memorized, some kids on the bats and even their shoes. So the hitters get away with it. Pitchers have a little bit harder time because they're, you know, the rules with all the colors. But I love how they have the Players Weekend.
What would you have done?
Maybe kids' names. You know, I think you would have the kids' names, maybe, you know, some pets or something like that. Maybe like country music. I'm a big country music fan. So throw some of that on some places that maybe doesn't throw off the hitter and you won't get into trouble for.
Okay, and the Little League Classic, that goes tomorrow. It's the Yankees and the Tigers taking part in Williamsport. I'm looking forward to that. So much fun to watch. You know, participating in youth sports changes a young person's life. What are your memories playing ball as a youngster?
Well, that's what we had to do, right? I mean, we didn't have games and video games that we can sit inside, so we had to get outside and do something. And a lot of it was baseball, tennis ball, step ball, whatever, wiffle ball, whatever it was. You didn't know too much about the Little League World Series. All you wanted to do was get to an all-star team. Actually, I hated to pitch. You know, I loved playing shortstop, and back when you were little, it was all about getting your uniform dirty. If you didn't get your uniform dirty, that means you didn't play, and you wanted mom to wash that uniform. So shortstop was one of those positions that you were diving all over the place, and I'd love playing that. Really didn't like getting on the mound because you didn't get your uniform dirty as a pitcher.
when did you start liking the mound?
Well, I had to because I was a decent hitter in high school, but not a great hitter. They said, okay, you're going on the mound, you're going to try to pitch every day, and that's it.
Okay, very good. So much
So
fun.
hitting was one of those things that caused me to pitch.
It worked out just fine, didn't it?
I think.
Thank you, Jeff. We'll see you in a bit for the pregame with Justin. Still to come on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. While the Yankees were taking care of business in Detroit, a couple of their American League East rivals played a wild game in Baltimore. We'll go around the league next.
Is it possible to be more capable and more practical? Be able to perform here and here, make a statement while barely making a sound, and command the road as well as what lies ahead. Matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
When people stop me to ask, what's my case worth, here's what I tell them. All law firms are not the same. You see, the most important part of anyone's injury case is the firm you hire. The insurance company knows exactly which firms fight for full value and which firms will settle your case for pennies on the dollar. Our firm has recovered billions and billions and billions. $3 billion last year alone. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Well, if you want my 2 cents on interest rates, we got options.
My 2 cents. This one's priced to sell.
My 2 cents? My 2 cents?
My 2 cents?
My 2 cents? My 2 cents? Here's my 2 cents. I'm planning for the future. Interest plus interest equals more interest. Come on, you can do that.
Hi, Joan. Perfect timing. I have a few questions.
Of course. Let's look at your plan.
Make this a summer to share in the 3-row Kia Sorento, the tech-forward Sportage, the available all-wheel drive Seltos, or the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Telluride, each one recommended by Consumer Reports. This summer, visit your local Kia dealer. Get 0.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of select new 2024 Sportage and 2024 Sorento models.
Yankees batting practice today is brought to you in part by Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Welcome back. Some news and notes. Tyler Glasnow landed on the 15-day injured list with elbow tendonitis, but the Dodgers are hoping it's just a quick absence. The Brewers aren't as fortunate as Christian Yelich's resurgent season comes to an early end because of back surgery. Seiya Suzuki and the Cubs walked off the Blue Jays yesterday, and the Astros will be without Alex Bregman this weekend, but they got good news as an MRI revealed no structural damage in his swollen right elbow. It is good to have you back with us here on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. In 5 of baseball's 6 divisions, the first-place teams enter today with comfortable leads of at least 3 games. The outlier? Well, that would be the American League East. And last night, the Yankees got to watch a wild one between 2 of their rivals. We've got pictures. Here we go with the Red Sox and the Orioles. Top 3, Red Sox up 2-1. Rafael Devers goes yard. A 2-run shot to center, his 26th of the year, and it's a 4-1 lead. Bottom 3, Red Sox up 4-2 with a runner on second, Jackson Holliday. Off the right field wall, Abreu falls down. Eloy Jimenez scoring easily as Holliday hustles to third. It's an RBI triple. 4-3 score. Top 4, Red Sox up 5-4. Runners on first and second, Masataka Yoshida. It's out. It's a 3-run homer, and the Red Sox are up 8-4. Much more to come. In the 7th, runner on second, David Hamilton, a 2-run shot of his own. His 7th, make it 10-6. A whole lot of offense in this game. The Red Sox do win it 12-10. So thanks to the Red Sox winning, and the Yankees, they've opened up a full game advantage over the Orioles in the American League East. It's their largest lead in the division since June 26th, and courtesy of the Milwaukee Brewers beating Cleveland yesterday, the Yankees moved percentage points ahead of the Guardians and the Phillies for the best record in all of baseball. And speaking of the Philadelphia Phillies and the Nationals, with a man on third and 2 out, Nick Castellanos grounds it into left. It's an RBI single, and they're on the board. In the ninth, runners on the corners, nobody out. Jacob Young, grounder to second. The second baseman, Bryson Scott, goes for the force out. Nunez takes off from third and scores. Nationals tie it 2-2. Bottom 9, bases loaded, nobody out, and Trey Turner, that is it. Off the left field wall, RBI single, and the walk-off. Phillies make it 3 straight wins and improve to 72 and 51 victory shy of the Yankees. Turner finishes 4 for 5, his 17th career game with at least 4 hits. For the Nationals, Wood goes 3 for 3 for the 10th multi-hit outing of his rookie season. Other scores from last night. The Rays walked off against the red-hot Diamondbacks. The White Sox snapped the Astros' 8-game winning streak and have won 2 of 6 since Grady Sizemore took over as manager. And the Royals topped the Reds thanks to 3 more hits from Bobby Witt Jr., who boosted his Major League best batting average to .352. One last break here on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. We will be back to wrap things up as the Yankees try to win their 3rd consecutive series. Stay with us on Yes and the Yes app.
Is it possible to be more capable and more practical? Be able to perform here and here. Make a statement while barely making a sound. And command the road, as well as what lies ahead. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with 2 distinct twists on all 6 flavors. Whether you prefer our spicy bone-in wings or our classic tender white meat boneless wings, we've got the best of both.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Current eligible GMC lessees can get this low-mileage lease on this 2024 Sierra Elevation for around $389 per month. We are professional-grade GMC.
Hurry in to the Acura Summer of Performance event going on now.
Say hello to the Bronx Buds, Yes's first ever animated series for the whole family. And the crowd goes wild! Hexclad presents Bronx Buds, now streaming exclusively on the Yes app.
Magnifico.
Infielder. 0-2, Martin drives it in the air to deep left field. Gallan back. Goodbye, home run. Garrett Martin walks it off for the Hudson Valley Renegades. Into the bullpen, and the Gaines take this one from Hickory 3-2. Josh Boylan comes out with the Gatorade tub in hand. They're holding Martin back, and they dump the Gatorade all over him behind home plate. Martin gets the crown for the walk-off.
Nice. Joe Vasile with the call as the Yankees High A affiliate Hudson Valley continues to play well. Speaking of the minors, hear from Yankees prospects on Conversations, a homegrown podcast. On the newest episode, Connor Foley catches up with Will Warren, who breaks down his big league debut. It's available now on Apple Podcasts. A quick check of this date in Yankees history. Lou Gehrig broke the Major League record for consecutive games played in 1933. 11 years later, Johnny Lindell knocked a franchise record 4 doubles in one game. Greg Nettles hit a walk-off homer against Texas in 1976. And 2 years ago, with the Yankees trailing the Rays by 3 runs in the 10th inning, Josh Donaldson delivered the 3rd ultimate Grand Slam in club history. And also, happy birthday, Jorge Posada. He's 53 today. Even though Gleyber Torres' 10-game hitting streak came to an end Wednesday in Chicago, things have been trending up for the Yankees' second baseman. He got right back to work against the Tigers last night, collecting 2 hits out of the leadoff spot to set the table for the big bats. Gleyber was coming up with daily hits, and his streak was made up of mostly singles, but he's also taking walks, and he's striking out less than he has at any other point this season. It's under 12% in August. Yesterday, Torres continued his dominance at Comerica Park. He's a career .300 hitter in Detroit with 5 home runs and an OPS over 1,000. He singled and hustled into second base to lead off the game and later ripped a double. We'll see if he can keep it up this afternoon. Over his last 36 games, Torres is batting .286. That is 4th best on the Yankees over that span. He has 9 extra base hits, including 3 homers, 16 runs batted in, and among the Bombers, only Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Austin Wells have a higher OPS than Gleyber since June 28th. That does it for this edition of Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Our next BPTV comes your way Tuesday at 6 p.m., and I will see you then. Right now, our game day coverage rolls on. The Yankees
Hey guys, we are giving out a ton of these DeWalt samples today. Just fill out our quick 2
study on it, and it had good reviews. I've been taking Prevagen now for 5 years, and it's really helped me stay sharp and present. It's really worked for me.
Prevagen at stores everywhere without a prescription.
Make this a summer to share in the 3-row Kia Sorento, the tech-forward Sportage, the available all-wheel drive Seltos, or the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Telluride, each one recommended by Consumer Reports. This summer, visit your local Kia dealer. Get 0.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of select new 2024 Sportage and 2024 Sorento models.
Last night, the Colt train roared through the Tigers lineup for 6 innings, and the bullpen took it from there for the 9th shutout of the season. Meanwhile, Oswald Peraza tapped into some of his power to spark the offense, and Aaron Judge went way out to center field for his 44th home run. It all added up to 3 straight wins and the best record in baseball. They can win the series today as the New York Yankees face off against the Detroit Tigers in a Saturday matinee at Comerica Park. And good Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Along with Jeff Nelson, I'm Justin Shackle. Yankees can go for a quick series win here. They do start off the day with the best record in baseball as we get to your Hyundai opening comment. This is a chance to fatten up the win column. Yeah, and it all starts with starting pitching. I think you can see what good starting pitching can do. It gives you a pretty good chance of winning a ball game. When you have to cover 12 to 15 ounces of bullpen, you're going to struggle. When you get 6 to 7 innings and you're only covering 6 to 9 ounces, then you have a great shot at winning, exactly what the Yankees did last night. Weaver, Canely, and Holmes getting his 26 saves, so an outstanding job. More importantly, an outstanding job by Clay Holmes. We had great starters because they gave us length. We only had to worry about 6 to 9 ounce, and if you give us 6 to 9 ounce, we're winning the ball game pretty much 90 to 95% of the time. If the Yankees can do the same thing, get quality starts deep into the game, they have a great shot at winning. Well, we'll see if Carlos Rodon can continue to provide length here this afternoon. Let's head out to Comerica Park, where Meredith Marakovitz is standing by with the Ford Clubhouse Report. And Meredith, there's some notable changes from last night's lineup featuring the return of a couple of bats that have been impactful lately.
Justin, we're going to get to that in just a second, but it's looking a little bit ominous here right now at Comerica Park. Carlos Rodon just walked out to start his warm-ups, but right over here on this side is the grounds crew and the tarp, and they are all just huddled. I hope that does not mean rain to come, but we will have our fingers crossed that this one starts on time. Typically, they do not send the starting pitcher out there if they think rain is going to be here soon, so we'll take that as a positive sign. As far as those lineup changes you had mentioned, Oswaldo Cabrera is going to be back in there at third base. He'll bat ninth, and over the last 22 games, he's really been feeling it offensively. 327 average, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, and you guys watch him on a daily basis. He plays with such a joy and such an energy, you can't help but think that's infectious for all of his teammates around him.
He's just such a good teammate, such a good guy to have on the team. He's obviously been playing really well over the last month when he's had his opportunities. You know, the defensive versatility he provides, but, you know, he's been really stringing together a lot of good games at the plate as well. So, obviously had a big moment in the game the other night that kind of, I think, energized us with that scoring from second on the sac fly. But he's just a great guy that to have on your club, and really love the way he's playing right now.
Aaron, going back to that play, just what are you thinking as he's attempting to score on a sac fly from second base?
Yeah, I felt like we had a chance, you know, when he was getting close to third, because, you know, my eyes went from those two guys colliding out in the outfield to, okay, now trying to pick up Rojas and Cabby as they're going around third, thinking this is that time where it could happen. And sure enough, it did, tied the game, and, you know, really kind of one of those plays in the game that got us going.
I spoke to Oswaldo Cabrera after the game, after that play, and he told me he had never scored from second base on a sac fly at any level throughout the course of his entire career. Even today, I talked to him about it, and he said that was pretty special. He doesn't know that that's going to happen again. Now, you look at his success offensively, he attributes it to his preparation. He said whether he's in the lineup or out of the lineup, he prepares like he is playing every day, and whatever he's doing, it seems to be working. The Yankees are hoping that he continues that this afternoon. Also noteworthy, Ben Rice is in there at first base. Guys, there was a funny moment in the clubhouse yesterday. Nelly, I'm sure you were never a guy that kind of messed with the rookies on the team at all. You probably were very, very nice to them all the time. Well, Ben Rice, after the game, was sitting at the little table they have in the clubhouse eating his post-game meal. He looked to the side, and all of a sudden, he looked down. He had no more food left in front of him. He was sitting there with a knife and a fork in his hand. Garrett Cole had come by, swiped the food, put it on a chair, and it took him about 5 to 7 minutes to find the food and figure out who took it. But you could tell Garrett Cole was feeling good after that start where he went 6 strong innings. We will stick with starters, as you mentioned. It is going to be Carlos Rodon getting the ball this afternoon. He's been pitching extremely well lately, 4-0 over his last 5 starts, pitching to a 2.22 ERA. Opposing batters hitting just 151 against him. Right now he has 13 wins. That is second best in the American League. I asked for Aaron Boone what he looks for early from Rodon to know that he's going to have that good stuff.
Fastball command. that's what I think's been really good for him. I feel like the stuff has been there. So life to the fastball, but getting it to good locations, and then using his arsenal. He's done a good job of mixing everything. The curveballs had a presence for him. The changeups continued to be a better and better pitch for him. Of course, the slider, but it all starts with fastball command, and it's been coming out really well, I think, too.
And the Yankees are expected to finish this series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania tomorrow. Weather looking a little dicey, so there could be some potential scenarios where they don't go to Williamsport, but right now they're still optimistic that they are going to get that game in, and both teams are going to be able to greet some of those Little League World Series participants. They'll all be in attendance should that one get off and underway. Earlier, Aaron Boone was asked about the experience for this team in going to Williamsport.
My Little League days were gold, man. I mean, those are great memories from, playing at 10 years old for the first time when I still lived in Jersey, and then my 12-year-old year when I was in Southern California, and my 11-year-old All-Stars, traveling, winning district, those kind of things. You dreamed of going to Williamsport. You saw that on TV, and obviously, I never got to go there as a player, as a kid, but got to go see it for the first time when I was with ESPN, and I got to broadcast a couple of Little League World Series, and pulling up on it for the first time was amazing. Everything I imagined and dreamed of, and maybe more. And then getting to do that over the years and seeing big league teams come in, it's a neat experience, and I know that our guys will love it. So looking forward to that tomorrow, to arriving, to getting to rub shoulders with some of the Little League World Series players and hang out with them, and obviously how excited they'll be to meet some of our guys. It's a cool day and something we're lucky to get to do.
How would you describe Little League Aaron Boone?
Little League Aaron Boone. I don't know. I like to think nice player. Cool kid. That's about it.
And you heard Aaron Boone say, nice little player. Guys, look at that Little League mare. First base, third base, had a little pop in the bat, didn't like playing the outfield. She found it a little boring. Little ADD there. She couldn't pay attention.
What a gem that is. You asked Aaron, and you kind of did there. You described Little League Mare. How many of the 5 tools did Little League Meredith possess?
I'm going to say all 5. Not really. If I did, I probably would have played softball in college, not volleyball in college. More action in volleyball. And let's face it, guys, I'm 6 feet tall. I was destined to be a volleyball or basketball player. That's just the way it goes. You know what? This is also the way it goes. I told you it was looking a little ominous. I'm pretty sure you can see. It is pretty much pouring right now. It's light over on that side of the stadium, but very, very dark behind me. And the grounds crew is behind me, as you see, just waiting to see whether or not they are going to pull that tarp. I did just see Yankees pitching coach Matt Blake walk out to help Carlos Rodon throughout his warm-ups, and he told me they're scheduled to start on time, though this doesn't look great. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right, Meredith, we'll keep an update here with you, and we thank you for this pregame report. We'll catch you later on the podcast. Yes,
Positive thoughts out there.
Put it out there into the universe. Thanks, Meredith. We'll catch Meredith later on in the broadcast with Ryan and Flash. All season long here on Yes, we want to invite you viewers to show us the different ways you support the Bronx Bombers. Use the QR code on screen with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post pictures to social media that reflect your love for the Yankees. We might spotlight you in a future game. Pinstripe Pride is brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the Yankees. Well, 44 home runs this season and 301 for his career. The spectacle of Aaron Judge continued in the opener against the Tigers. We'll break down what the lineup looks like today as Austin Wells returns to the cleanup spot. Where does he rank among rookies? It's all next on the FanDuel Yankees pregame here on Yes and the Yes app.
The Yankees Pregame Show on Yes is presented by FanDuel. Knock it out of the park every day with FanDuel. Right now, all customers get a bonus or boost every single day, all summer long.
Mark your calendars this summer because FanDuel has something for everyone every day. Score bigger winnings at any inning with profit boosts. Take home bonus bets for home runs every Tuesday. And beat the heat with no sweat bets. Make the most out of this summer with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. All customers get a boost or a bonus every day, all summer long. Plus, new customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win.
I love my kids, but I also love not being broke. So this back-to-school season, I'm just going to spend less on them. Amazon has low prices on everything kids need. Like a water bottle they definitely won't lose. Tablets. Sports stuff for whatever sport this is. All the latest lit, Rizzy Riz clothes. And lunch boxes for a homemade meal that they'll barely touch. What? So spend less on your little freeloaders with Amazon.
Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with 2 distinct twists on all 6 flavors. Whether you prefer our spicy bone-in wings or our classic tender white meat boneless wings, we've got the best of both.
Discover performance in rare form. Get offers on select F-Sport models at the Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Say hello to the Bronx Buds, presented by Hexclad, now streaming on the Yes app.
Not a show. You are watching the Yes Network. Soaring into history. Your home for award-winning coverage of the New York Yankees.
The Yankees Pregame Show on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. Visit HyundaiUSA.com today.
It is time for the pregame odds segment presented by FanDuel. The Yankees have won 3 in a row, and they're favored for this afternoon's game in Detroit. The over-under is 9. For some player props, let's go with who's hitting a home run. For the Yankees, Aaron Judge is plus 200 to go deep for a 3rd straight game. And Giancarlo Stanton is plus 260. For the Tigers, Spencer Torkelson and Andy Ibanez are both plus 560. Knock it out of the park every day with FanDuel right now. All customers get a bonus or a boost every single day, all summer long.
Here is the Yankees lineup brought to you by Toyota. Gleyber Torres leads off once again against Detroit right-hander Kader Montero. Soto and Judge hitting back-to-back, and Austin Wells back in the cleanup spot where he's hit .368 this season. Stanton's DHing. Ben Wright's back over at first base, and Oswaldo Cabrera at third base. He's been swinging the bat well, hitting .327 over his last 22 games. But Aaron Judge is the force for the Yankees. And let's focus in on Aaron Judge with StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. You're about to see a steady stream of spaghetti going to all fields here, Jeff. First, the pull action. 23 of his 44 homers have been pulled to left. Then some straightaway shots to center like we saw last night over at Comerica Park. But he also goes the opposite way a fair amount. And we have grown to see that there's really not too many weaknesses in the swing of Aaron Judge.
No, that was like an old-time sprinkler system when you put in your lawn and let it go back and forth. That's, I mean, he hits the ball everywhere. What with Judge and what you see, a lot of pitchers don't know how to come inside. They're very uncomfortable coming inside. They're afraid of the hitter. They're afraid to hit him. So not a lot of hitters in the league, and not a lot of pitchers really come inside, especially to Aaron Judge. 6'7", 6'8". He's very intimidating at the plate. When you're not coming in and trying to get him off the plate, it's a very comfortable at bat. And when you have a hitter like Aaron Judge, and he does everything, hits for average, he drives in runs, and he has tons of power. That's proven over the quickest of 300 when he hit that one in Chicago the other day. He's very difficult to pitch to if you're not coming inside, especially breaking balls. He's on top of that. The last 2 home runs he hit, very impressive to me because those were fastballs that rode inside. The number 300 one that he hit in Chicago, that was 94 riding in on it, pulled his hands in, hit it in the White Sox bullpen. Last night's home run, he went to the deepest part of the ballpark in Comerica with the fastball inside. So he's covering that inside pitch. Nobody moves him off. So when he's in the box, he sees the plate very well. He covers the plate very well. He's got a great uppercut swing, but he also sprays the ball base hits, extra base hits, and when you're hitting almost 400 over since May 5th, the last time that they faced the Tigers, that's welcome. I mean, you gotta have to pitch around him in the postseason. When you start talking about August in the postseason, I don't think pitchers are going to face him. I think teams are going to take the chance, even if there's first and second, to load the bases. And hey, the cleanup hitter's going to have to do it.
You know, it's wild to think about all the qualities you mentioned with Aaron Judge, and I think those qualities they've grown, they've matured over time because this wasn't the hitter that we saw come onto the scene in 2016. We saw Aaron Judge come of age in the batter's box, so that's something else that you really appreciate. Comes into today hitting .333, really possesses all the qualities that you want in a pure hitter, not just a home run swing.
Right, and it's maturity. I mean, when you come up to the big leagues, you have to adjust. You're adjusting to the pitching adjusts to the hitters. When he's gotten real comfortable at the plate, playing multiple positions, he was in right field, now he's in center. You haven't seen hitters like Aaron Judge in a long time, maybe ever. You know, you go back to the day maybe 15, 20 years ago, you had more power, or not power, but you had more guys hitting similar to him, not doing what he's doing now. You look at maybe a Cecil Fielder, Ken Griffey Jr., those type of hitters, Manny Ramirez, those type of hitters, kind of similar to what Aaron Judge is doing. But the numbers he's putting up, you haven't seen ever.
Well, Aaron Judge, a former Rookie of the Year winner. Our Yale New Haven Health Key matchup looks at some of the leading Rookie of the Year candidates in the American League. You have Baltimore's Colton Cowser, who is turning it on even at a higher level if you break it down in halves, pre and post All-Star break. But let's focus in on the two Yankees here, Nelly, because Luis Gil and Austin Wells, especially when he landed in the cleanup spot, they have performed really well. I want to get your thoughts, though, on Luis Gil, because aside from a 3-start blip or so near that All-Star break, he has been lights out on the mound. He's been a revelation, and it's tough to think where this rotation would be without the youngster.
Yeah, you wonder where he's going to be at the end of the year, because are they going to continue to start him? He's probably going to get 6 or 7 starts, don't you think, for the rest of the year? What I love, the 141 strikeouts and 121, so that's a little over 10 per 9. When you're talking Rookie of the Year, I would think that he would be the favorite, even though you have some position players in there, and I think the voting tends to go to a player that plays every day. Cowser with the Orioles, he's played in 115 games. You look at his OPS, a little under 800. Abreu with the Red Sox, he's another position player you got to throw in there. He's had really good numbers. He's got an OPS over 800. But I would lean more towards Luis Gil, only because of what he's meant to the Yankees. And at one time during the beginning of the year, he was probably their best starter, maybe carrying them all the way into the All-Star break, and probably should have been an All-Star. He was a starter. They were even naming him as a starter at one point. And the next thing you know, he had a little bump in the road, and then all of a sudden his name wasn't even talked about in making the team. He should have made the team. He's had an outstanding year. My vote will go Luis Gil.
Yeah, it just illustrates that there is a lot of young budding talent within the AL East. Time now for another break on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Up next, it's the other side of the Bombers battery. We'll tell you what to expect as Carlos Rodon gets the ball for the Yanks. That's ahead on Yes and the YesN.
Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with 2 distinct twists on all 6 flavors. Whether you prefer our spicy bone-in wings or our classic tender white meat boneless wings, we've got the best of both.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back. Now with Skyrizi, I'm all in with clearer skin. Things are getting clearer. Yeah, I feel free to burn my skin. Yeah, that's on me. Nothing is everything. Whoa. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And most people were clearer even at 5 years. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This week only, large 2-topping pizzas at Domino's are just $6.99 each when you carry out, like melty pepperoni and green pepper, or ham and tangy pineapple. The combinations are pretty endless. Act fast and get your favorite large 2-topping pizza for just $6.99 each this week only at Domino's.
At this very moment, Doctors Without Borders is on the ground in communities around the world, delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most. Our teams are bandaging war-wounded patients caught in the crossfire in Sudan, providing clean drinking water in Haiti, and performing emergency C-sections in Yemen. Doctors Without Borders teams are in over 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving work is made possible by our movement of supporters, people like you, who help our patients even when they're half a world away. At Doctors Without Borders, we won't stop working to bring our patients and their communities from crisis to care.
Yankees Pregame Show on Yes is brought to you in part by Citizens. Make sense of your money. Visit citizensbank.com/made-ready to learn more.
Here's a look at the Tigers lineup brought to you by Toyota. Matt Vierling leads it off. He's hit .367 over his last 7 games. Colt Keith, he's been day-to-day with left hamstring soreness. The rookie's hitting cleanup. Spencer Torkelson back in the majors for the first time since June 1st. The former top overall pick still trying to find his way here in the big leagues. Young, Baez, and McKinstry rounded out against Carlos Rodon, who pitched well yet again last Saturday against the Rangers. He pitched around 5 walks. What are you looking for as Rodon gets ready to face this righty-heavy lineup?
He can do the same as Cole did last night. The Tigers are a very aggressive hitting team. When you're an aggressive hitting team, they don't change their approach. I look for sliders for strikes. That's a big pitch for him. He's got to throw that pitch for a strike. The changeup has been really good, especially over the last 4 starts. You're seeing more changeups than you have had earlier in the year, and then he can climb the ladder with that fastball. I see him do the same thing. Pitch backwards like Cole did. Breaking balls early, fastballs upstairs.
You know, Aaron Boone mentions the fastball command first and foremost in terms of Rodon's recent success, and you mentioned the elevated fastball. But overall, in and around counts, what do we need to see from that fastball to know that Carlos Rodon has that pinpoint location going?
Well, it's getting your off-speed over. When you have a good fastball, it's getting your off-speed over for a strike, and that's going to be important for him. The slider for a strike, you show down, you change the eye level, and then you can pop the 4-seamer upstairs. You don't really have to have great command. Like Cole really didn't throw his fastball a lot for strikes, but he did expand the zone because his knuckle curve was so good and his slider was so good. The changeup will be a big pitch for him, I think, today. 127 average against so far on that changeup. He's starting to use it a lot more. Scrap the curveball and the cutter. Hitters are hitting over 300 against those 2 pitches.
Well, earlier Meredith mentioned that there is some rain in the area this afternoon. For a complete look at the weather forecast, here's News 12.
I'm News 12 meteorologist Alex Calamia with your game day forecast. It's not a perfect one. We do have a couple of showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder around, especially as we move into the later part of the game, that 7th inning. Temperatures are in the 70s, though, so pretty pleasant feel. Just a little touch of humidity, so we'll go with muggy on the muggy meter. Temperatures close to 80. Again, that shower risk is pretty limited. If you want to look at the forecast in your neighborhood, make sure you follow us here at News 12.
Well, the tarp remains off the field at Comerica Park, so after one last break on the FanDuel Yankees pregame, we will get Jets' keys to the game as we move closer to first pitch in Detroit. Stick around.
We save women's lives here, but Mike Lawler voted to punish doctors who provide abortion care. And he supported letting politicians ban abortion with no exceptions to save a woman's life. Tell Mike Lawler, stop attacking abortion rights.
This summer, it's time to get away with super hot deals on your favorite Hyundai models. All backed by America's best warranty. Plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. But act fast because these deals will be over before you know it. Get in and get away now. Lease a Hyundai Elantra for only $159 a month or get 1.99% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Mark your calendars this summer because FanDuel has something for everyone every day. Score bigger winnings at any inning with profit boosts. Take home bonus bets for home runs every Tuesday. And beat the heat with no sweat bets. Make the most out of this summer with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. All customers get a boost or a bonus every day, all summer long. Plus, new customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, Mel. Is now good for a quick catch-up on your plan?
Yes, that was great.
Has anything changed since we last spoke?
You know what? Yes, I'm thinking more long-term.
Great. We'll make that change to your plan and adjust as needed.
This helps a lot.
Bye, Mel.
Bye. Make sense of your money with Citizens.
Popeyes has the best of both wings. Our juicy chicken is marinated to perfection with 2 distinct twists on all 6 flavors. Whether you prefer our spicy bone-in wings or our classic tender white meat boneless wings, we've got the best of both.
A world-class franchise with world-class fans deserves a world-class ride. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Visit your local tri-state Audi dealer to experience the 2024 Audi Q5 today.
The last thing we need is Congressman D'Esposito taking away our rights. D'Esposito let slip he'd vote to ban abortion nationwide and voted to let doctors be prosecuted for medical decisions. Tell Congressman D'Esposito to oppose the Life at Conception Act.
The Yankees Pregame Show on Yes is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com.
Well, the injury report brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Clark Schmidt scheduled to throw a live session tomorrow as he works his way back from his right lat strain. And Ian Hamilton threw a live yesterday as he continues to make progress on his way back. All right, Jeff, let's get your key to the game.
Well, missed opportunities. Last night, 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They scored 3 runs, 2 solo shots, and 1 run on a sac fly. That can't happen today. You need early runs. And the Yankees, if they score early, they're 51-17. How about that?
Yeah, a chance to do damage. Cater Montero, 3rd highest ERA in the AL, 3rd highest slugging percentage against opponents in the AL as well. That will do it for us on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Up next, we send you out to Comerica Park, where Ryan Rucco and John Flaherty have the call, while Meredith Marakovitz handles the reporting. Enjoy the game, everybody.
I'm a rusty old boat hitch, and I am barely hanging on. And while we're still miles from the lake,